ace jack. Got my bullets and diamonds and I ain't holding back. I'm all in. Yeah, I'm gonna kick it. Pocket rocket's a ticket. If you got what it takes, you can play high stakes. I'm all in. These ladies ain't ladies unless they're your ladies. Put your hand on a monster, that's what it takes. And if you got what it takes, then you can play high stakes.
Previously on High Stakes Poker, Kid Poker Daniel Negreanu mounted a vicious comeback after being down nearly $750,000.
You know, that's my zone.
After a few losing hands, Phil Hellmuth self-imploded and showed everybody why he's called a poker brat.
Maybe I should quit.
And the magician Antonio Esfandiari couldn't find the magic as another bad beat cost him $100,000.
Lucky there.
Tonight, it's a free-for-all. Anything goes, and the mad dash for cash goes over the edge. From the Golden Nugget Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, we're playing high-stakes poker. AJ Benza here with poker analyst Gabe Kaplan. Gabe, our cash game has been going on for quite a while now, and with the exception of a couple of table blow-ups, things have gone pretty smoothly.
And in each game, these players have lost and won hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Unbelievable. Is that normal, or does TV put these guys on their best behavior?
AJ, if you went into a poker room that had 20 or 30 tables, the table with the best behaved players, the table with the most humor and the most civil conversation is always going to be the highest stake table.
Really? Any reason for that?
Well, in order to play high stakes poker, you have to have your life and your game under complete control. Otherwise, you're going to fail.
That's very deep stuff. I thought you were just a funny guy. I didn't realize you were so deep.
Life is like an oyster.
No.
If a seashell opens up into the ocean, what happens is...
We're a player short. That empty chair belongs to Phil Hellmuth, who's down $200,000. He's probably still out in the hallway venting. Antonio Esfandiari's first act, he's down $100,000, but was rebought.
Of folding.
Amateur Jerry Buss is about even. Todd Brunson raised it to $1,700 on pocket fives. Jennifer Harman's up 70 grand overall. She calls with king, queen offsuit. And since Barry Greenstein's return, he's won $225,000.
And Barry's been playing very well. His radar is a lot stronger than it was the first go-around. And here he senses a little weakness. Raises up to $7,000 with ace-7 offsuit.
Back to Brunson. He calls. Now it's $5,300 more for Harman to call.
What she's afraid of is that Barry could have a hand that dominates her hand.
I agree with you, Johnny.
Ace-king, ace-queen, pair of kings, pair of queens. She doesn't realize that both her cards are live.
Lakers game, baby. I can't wait.
And she throws her hand away.
So we're heads up. Flop comes king, 8, ace with 2 spades.
Barry got what he needed. He spiked an ace.
And he bets $10,000. And Brunson quickly folds, giving Greenstein a pot worth over 27 grand.
Just seems that when a player starts playing aggressive, takes the bull by the horns, things start to work out for them.
You know, take one.
Todd Brunson's under the gun. He's about even for the game. Jennifer Harman calls a $600 blind with Jack-9 of spades. Johnny Chan's up 50 grand overall. He raises to 2,600 on 7-6 spaded. Antonio Esfandiari calls Chan's raise with king, queen offsuit. Jerry Buss is the only amateur at the table. And he stays in with pocket 10s.
Jerry Buss continues to play conservatively. Johnny Chan raised this hand with 6-7 of spades. Jerry Buss has got a pair of 10s, and he did not want to raise. He wants to see the flop first.
And it comes 10-5 ace with 2 diamonds. Jerry Buss has flopped the set.
And he quickly checks his set. Johnny Chan bet 6 grand, continuing to represent that he has a hand. And Jerry Buss has got that certain look on. I've seen that look before when the Lakers were up in the championship series in Game 7 with about 2 minutes to go. The Lakers were up 16 points. Jerry Buss had that same look on his face.
Here he raises to $20,000.
Jerry feels for sure that Johnny Chan has an ace, and he thinks he's got Johnny Chan trapped. And Johnny Chan quickly releases his hand, and Jerry says, "How do these guys know that I have a big hand? Johnny Chan probably threw ace-king away against me. What's going on here?"
Jerry Buss has been around, he knows what he's doing. But I'd much rather play with him versus someone that has been around and makes his living off playing poker. He might do things because he doesn't care about the money.
You ever do things, AJ, because you don't care about the money?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, me too. Sometimes I'll go out, I'll buy a toaster, just throw the money around. Sometimes I'll tip the valet guy $2. An extra $1 just won't mean anything to me. I'll just throw it
I
around.
understand. If you could do it, do it.
And Daniel's raised it up here with an ace-6 of hearts.
What was that, 25?
And Todd's got him bettered a little bit. He's going to call with an ace-9 offsuit.
Harman and Greenstein fold, so a heads up. Flop comes 2 6s and an 8 with 2 diamonds.
Daniel's flopped 3 6s with an ace kicker. We find something very interesting on the floor and checks. Todd checks also.
Turns a king of diamonds.
That gives Todd the nut flush draw. So Daniel's check could work. He could make a little more money, or it could not work. He could wind up losing this hand. Todd needs a diamond.
There was a jack of spades.
Now Daniel is hoping here that Todd has a king, and that Todd will call a bet.
Negreanu bets $30,000.
Daniel was not sure whether he was going to bet paper or plastic. Decided not to go with the bricks, bet the chips.
Brunson has nothing to call with, so Negreanu wins the hand.
Would have been a little different if a diamond would have come off there on the river.
Thank you. It's a serious candy, huh? Takes a lot of work.
One man's loss is another man's gain. Daniel Negreanu continues to push toward the break-even mark. We're in Vegas at the Golden Nugget Resort playing high-stakes poker. Phil Hellmuth has finally rejoined the table, and now Daniel Negreanu stepped away for a moment. Barry Greenstein's first act. Phil Hellmuth stuck for $200,000. He raises the 2,200 on 7-5 offsuit.
Does not change his playing style here, continues to push it. Jerry calls with an ace-6 offsuit.
Harman's out, so we're down to 2. Flop comes ace-8 queen with 2 clubs.
Jerry's paired his aces and checks.
Turn card's a 6 of spades, giving Phil an open-ended straight draw.
And giving Jerry Buss aces up, and he quickly does his Phil Hellmuth impression and shoves the chips in there.
$40,000.
Not quite as fast as Phil, but almost.
Welcome back, huh, Phil? Welcome back to the game, buddy.
Didn't take much to get Phil going again.
It was the third hand, right?
And he's off to the races. Folds the hand, Jerry Buss wins.
I had an ace, Jerry.
So did I.
40,000, wow.
I didn't see an ace, did you?
That 7 could have been it. I looked a little. I wasn't sure if it was an 8.
That's a little weak.
Must have been an ace. Phil wouldn't lie.
No.
Phil, I had you cold turkey. I had you cold turkey. That's why I checked on the
I
flop.
believe it. They've had me cold turkeyed about 10 times tonight.
Well, I mean, just, luck. What the hell?
Phil just couldn't handle it if he thought that Jerry made a play at him.
Maybe you hit king queen, because I know you
No.
want to play with me.
I threw it away.
Yeah, but if you would have raised, you would have won that one too. What do you want me to do with kings?
I like 2 chicken. Do you have 2 kings?
Maybe it's those dark glasses. Maybe they make 7s look like aces.
You limped in?
Yeah.
Punish. Punish, punish, punish.
Make it like 10,000.
Punish, punish.
Not
Aya!
Negreanu raises the foreground with ace-queen, big chick.
I want you to play.
Big chick.
Yeah, big chick, big slick,
Little heat.
Might work. You might have just coined something.
Yeah, why
I
not?
told you to don't start letting me win some pots.
What's ace jack?
Slick Willie.
Wasn't that the president?
Yeah.
Well, I can't get out.
This
What if
would
he
be
played
a
Hold'em
lot
with
if you win.
Clinton and he got ace jack? Slick Willie's got Slick Willie.
You can find a way to win this one, Phil.
Makes
I
sense.
told you
Yeah.
last hand, don't start letting me win pots.
Don't you do it.
Flop comes 10-9 jack, all clubs.
Daniel Negreanu has flopped an open-end straight flush
Sure.
draw, and both Johnny Chan and Antonio have
Stuff. It's
jacks.
up to me.
Antonio's got the ace kicker. Johnny Chan's got a king kicker.
It's
gonna be an interesting hand.
Definitely gonna bet. Question is, how much? Oh, let's throw out 16,000. Yeah,
Daniel bets 16,000.
16 dimes.
Antonio does not have a club.
So what did you win there, Barry?
He's got Slick Willie. Jacks with an ace kicker. I don't think Antonio wants to get involved
Yes,
in this
sir.
hand.
Yeah.
Somebody could have a flush or a straight already. He could be pretty much drawing dead. Johnny Chan is also behind him.
Take it.
Everybody releases their hand.
I had it.
That board was just too dangerous.
Two cards.
Daniel was actually the favorite with his draw. And as far as the other players knew, his hand could have been made already.
And by the way, very quietly, Daniel Negreanu was inching his way out of that $750,000 hole.
9. That's what he said.
Oh, before
On to the next hand.
Yeah, they got
A few minutes.
Hellmuth calls with pocket fives.
Where the, I don't know, the cruise stuff was.
Esfandiari raises to 4,400 with ace-8 offsuit.
He's got a raise. He's got big snowman.
Of course, yeah.
Ace-8 offsuit.
I don't want to see a flop.
Yeah, if you don't, I do.
It's such a big raise. Why is everybody raising so big?
He's got big snowman,
Well, how many
Jennifer.
times you got to say it?
Yeah.
Action falls back to Phil. It's $3,800 more to call.
I already know that was going to
He
happen.
calls.
You got anything, Phil?
Yeah, I got a big hand. But you'll have to play me again. I check.
Phil checks in the dark. Flop comes king, 3 deuce, all hearts.
Phil still got the best hand here. Antonio did not help his big snowman. But Antonio's going to bet. He took the lead in this hand. He's going to follow up.
7,000.
$7,000 from Antonio.
Phil calls immediately.
Don't worry, you'll
The
still
quick
have plenty.
call from Mr. Hellmuth.
Turns a queen of clubs.
Check.
Phil checks. Antonio doesn't know what Phil has, but if he bets right now, he's going to win the pot.
Go ahead.
But he checks.
The river's a deuce of spades pairing the board.
Phil bets 3,000.
How can I call that?
Antonio knows he can't win in a showdown. His only play here would be to
You could
raise.
still outplay me if you just move in.
Will you fold?
Back to
Maybe.
the ladies. I know, Shawn. I know.
Esfandiari can't make the call, so Phil Hellmuth wins the hand.
That 3,000 was actually a very good bet. If he didn't bet it, Antonio would have probably tried to take the hand away from him.
Phil Hellmuth rakes in $27,500. He's still down $150K, but happy for the moment. We are playing high stakes poker.
I should have one, but no.
Couple minutes.
Shot of Patron?
Daniel has put the $1,200 straddle on it.
It's not good for my liver.
Antonio decides to bring up his liver in the table conversation. He goes out.
Yeah. Let's see what happens if I just call.
Jerry Buss calls at $1,200 with 8-7 of diamonds.
Oh, yeah.
Too late now. It's off.
Oh, yeah. How much did I cost myself that hand?
Why did he keep quiet and wait for it to come around again?
And Hellmuth gets Slick Willie suited.
Got a raise with Slick Willie suited.
Always, always.
Jerry doesn't believe me, so I have a free rein here. 4 dimes more.
He raises $4,000.
Yeah, I kind of want you in there, Daniel.
Sweet, I have such garbage. This will be so fun if I hit it.
Daniel's telling the
This will be
truth.
so fun if I hit this
He's
piece.
calling a $4,000 raise with a Jack 6 of
Wanna buy
spades.
this hand? So far, it's the best hand.
And Jerry's got a great hand now. To call no, Jerry, do not throw the 7-8 of diamonds away. Jerry had position and he threw away the 7-8 of
Might
diamonds.
go through.
I'm going to bet 6,000 in the dark.
Okay.
That could
Phil's
be-
betting here before he sees the flop.
Am I up for doubles?
I like the belt.
And he throws his hand away.
There's a hand in between, right?
And he threw it away at the right time. He was lucky he was almost even. Could have gotten in big trouble in that hand.
I'll get it.
Jack.
How you like
What do
the
you-
6,000 in the dark?
I had the old Jack 6 of spades, buddy.
I didn't know I was going to flop quads. I wouldn't have done it.
Jack 6 of spades.
Actually, I had that beat.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny how Daniel keeps telling the truth about his hand and Phil keeps lying? He went from 4 aces to just beating Jack high.
Are you kidding me? You're just saying that because you know he's gonna hear about it.
Yeah. Why? Because you're not here? Yeah, we'll play again.
Todd Brunson calls with 9-6 of hearts.
Pretty much. But... No, Phil's playing now. He's stuck.
Hellmuth stays in with ace-4 offsuit. And Johnny Chan plays his king-3 diamonds.
Let's just put a little teaser, I guess they call them.
And Daniel's going to raise here with ace-10 of diamonds.
I thought it was going in.
Todd calls. Phil Hellmuth is taking a little bit of time here.
Still on for double.
I'm going to raise it up.
And he re-raises to 19,000.
Phil Hellmuth is going to raise with ace-4.
16.
Phil's making one of those I sense weakness raises. Daniel calls immediately with his big stick.
60,000.
Todd is itching to play this hand. He'd love to get his money there,
I'm gonna
but he
check
thinks
news.
better of it. And Phil Hellmuth has managed to get himself heads up with the one player who has him dominated.
Yeah, you know me. I'm here to gamble.
Daniel checks in the dark. Flop comes 9-4 king, rainbow.
Well, Phil Hellmuth has flopped a pair of 4s, which is what he actually needed. But he's going to bet because he took control of this pot in the beginning. And he's going to follow up here. Four probably makes him feel a little more comfortable.
18.
And Phil fires 18 grand into the pot.
And Daniel throws his hand away.
Like
And
2-8.
Phil Hellmuth's aggression pays off.
Couldn't beat it.
All I can say is, shoo!
Yeah.
No king, shoo!
Yeah. I put you on about 6s or 8s or 7s or something.
That's what I had you on, was 8s.
Yeah, no, I would have put it all in.
Huh?
I would put all in on the flop if I had 8s. 8s, pocket 8s.
Welcome back to the Golden Nugget Resort in Las Vegas. We're playing high-stakes poker. We've got a few more hands to play before our cash game breaks for the evening. And we've seen more than our share of drama, action, and chaos take place at this
every
table.
time I limp, one of Daniel or Antonio races, so might as well limp with some big hands, right?
Johnny Chan raises to 1,600 on a 6-4 of hearts.
So you know I'm going to limp with kings and aces.
And Daniel Negreanu just calls with an ace-queen offsuit.
Don't like limpers, do you, Johnny?
And 7s and 8s.
And 5s.
Kings or aces.
Jerry Buss calls, so it's three-way action. Queen 10 deuce multi-suited. Negreanu and Buss flop top pair.
Daniel's got the ace kicker.
Yeah, that's a good question. Do we have to quit? Just so the camera
Check to Daniel. And Daniel bet $6,000. Actions to Buss.
All right. We're at 12.
Sammy, I'm in 290.
And the doctor makes it 18,000 to go.
Jerry feels he has the best hand here, and he's going to put in a $12,000 raise. This should be a tough call for Daniel, because Jerry has the only hand that Daniel can beat, King Queen. Daniel's got to believe that Jerry would not raise with Jack Queen here. So King Queen is the hand that Daniel can beat, and there's a lot of hands he can't beat.
It's one of those, you know.
Daniel doesn't look too worried, though.
Yeah. Got the stacks and packs in his hands.
Looks like he's going to go to Brick City here.
Oh, man.
There he goes.
That's me.
Good read by Daniel.
I'm in.
So you got 100 there?
Yeah.
Is that right?
I think I got you covered with that 100.
Yeah, I think you probably do.
Yeah.
100,000.
So Negreanu re-raises to 100 grand.
This may take a few minutes.
Fair enough.
Jerry is tired of getting pushed around. Johnny Chan raised. Daniel did not come over the top.
I call.
And Jerry just decided to call. 100 grand on King Queen. He's going to get the bad news here.
That's the one hand I thought you might have. How about a nice heart or a king?
That's a pretty good card for Jerry. He's got an open end straight now. Could win with a 9 or an ace.
Another 10 on the river.
Jerry loses the pot. We had to bleep out what he said in case David Stern is watching.
So Bus does his best Phil Hellmuth imitation after losing everything to Daniel Negreanu, who takes down a gigantic pot worth almost $230,000.
I'm going to borrow 50 from you.
Okay.
And I'll give it to you very quickly.
Jerry's going to take out a $50,000 loan from Daniel, who is now just about even for the game. He started out with $1 million, dropped down to just 225 grand, and has clawed his way back.
50.
Kid Poker shows us why he's considered one of today's best cash game players in the world.
Thank you.
I re-raised you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Daniel was, of course, Player of the Year. He is really a very likable person and probably has as good instinct for the game as anybody I've ever played against.
He also loans Jerry money when Jerry needs it.
Play continues now, and an old face returns to check up on the action. Sam Farha's trying to find a place to sit, but no one's going to give up their seat. Negreanu raises to 2,500 on ace-7 of clubs. Bus calls with king-9 offsuit.
Jerry's playing very loose with Daniel's money.
And Brunson's in with king-10 offsuit. And Harman calls with jack-10 of hearts, so 4 players remain.
After you lose a big pot, king-9 starts to look a lot better.
Flop comes ace-9-10. Negreanu's flop top pair.
Everybody's flopped a little something here.
We'll move the game over.
Negreanu bet $6,000.
And Jerry Buss throws his 9s away, realizes that the money really is his.
Brunson calls.
Jennifer's got a pair of 10s and a backdoor straight and flush draw.
But she folds, so we're heads up. Turn to 6 of diamonds.
20,000.
Daniel bets 20,000.
Daniel does not want Todd catching what he needs, and Todd folds immediately. Good bet by Daniel, good fold by Todd.
Negreanu's running hot.
Well, whatever Daniel was winning, it's 100 more now, right, Daniel?
Yep.
95.
And the money just keeps piling up for Daniel. From the Golden Nugget Resort in downtown Las Vegas, we're playing high-stakes poker.
Thought you were wearing a dress.
Phil Hellmuth is under the gun. He's been winning and in a good mood lately. He raises to 1,800 on 5-4 clubs.
Phil continues his aggression before the flop.
Okay. Good. I don't want to think.
Todd Brunson's in with queen-9 of hearts. And Jennifer Harman's also with pocket 9s.
Jennifer being a little cautious, wanting to see the flop.
And the flop comes 3, 6, 7 with 2 hearts.
Phil Hellmuth has flopped a straight. Now, Jennifer wanted 3 small cards to come out there. She got a wish. But it's the worst thing that could have happened to her with this particular flop.
She leads out with a $6,000 bet.
And Phil suddenly has become very quiet.
Yeah.
He's thinking about, why did Jennifer bet? He's probably putting Jennifer on a flush draw, maybe even a straight draw. Now, Todd Brunson has the flush draw, but he's not even thinking about Todd right now. Phil has not said one word.
Raise it. 22.
It's gonna raise 22,000 more.
And the pot is now over $40,000.
Now, the guy who has the real flush draw has a lot to think about. What Todd is thinking about right here is, I might not even have the highest flush draw. Might be someone out there with a better flush draw. Someone might have ace-3 of hearts, king-jack of hearts. I might hit my heart and still lose a hand. And this is the perfect hand for one of these other players to have a higher flush draw than him. Although nothing can be further than the truth, Todd doesn't know that. Throws away his hand.
Wow.
Now, what's Jennifer going to do with her 9s? She's probably got conflicting thoughts. Phil Hellmuth has played a lot of small cards, but he also could be on a draw. And she's also on television, and she does not want to be bluffed, especially by Phil Hellmuth. But just look at the percentages. If she does call or tries to raise here, she is in serious trouble here, 94-6. It's a really tough decision. Phil could very easily have the ace-3 of hearts here. And she calls.
Wow.
I checked dark.
Here's a turn, 8 of hearts.
I checked dark.
Great card for Jennifer. Will it slow down Phil Hellmuth? We're in downtown Vegas playing high-stakes poker. We just saw the poker brat Phil Hellmuth flop a straight.
The 8 of hearts came on the turn, and they both checked. Phil was afraid of the flush draw, but it gave Jennifer Harman a higher straight draw, but she didn't make it with the queen of diamonds here on the river. So Phil still has way the best hand.
Yes, he is.
Did she choose? I didn't see. I'm sorry.
Now Phil bets 20 grand.
One of his quick Phil Hellmuth patented bets. And Jennifer's probably wondering what she could beat. Not too many hands. Phil could have had something like ace-king with the ace or king of heart and made a play on the flop, realizing here on the river that he doesn't have the best hand.
Have to have this hand beat. It's hard for me to lay it down.
Once Jennifer called that 22,000 on the flop, she was kind of semi-committed to the hand.
I can't imagine me having the best hand. So, D7.
She's thinking about Phil maybe has ace-7. And maybe he's putting Jennifer on 8-9, so Jennifer would have made a pair of 8s, and he's trying to bluff here.
I hate to give you any more chips.
She's just trying to find some scenario in which she can win this hand with a pair of 9s.
Pretty excited when that queen hit. Sorry, guys.
As they said, a lot of times in this game, she's got her children in there. And that's what's influencing her decision.
Can I get some help here?
Yeah, I'll give you some help. Go out. She calls.
And Phil shows the table is straight.
And Todd Brunson's kicking himself.
You got a goofy hand.
Yeah, I got
You're
lucky.
so lucky you didn't solo play that night.
I felt.
Queen nine of hearts.
I felt it.
Yeah. Phil felt the Queen Nine of Hearts.
Shouldn't have called.
But she did call, and Phil Hellmuth takes down his biggest pot of the game, $102,800. He's now down only 75 grand overall. Meanwhile, Jennifer knew she should have folded instead, and she loses all her winnings and 10 grand more.
Cap deck through.
Every poker player has a pain threshold. I know poker players that can lose 3 million before they feel it. Other poker players that can lose 50,000 in their basket case. I guess it's in their personality.
I know poker players that lose $1.40 and they can't sleep.
Jennifer is not too happy with herself about that last call.
25 straight.
Meanwhile, Negreanu raises the 25 with an ace-king offsuit.
And Phil Hellmuth has got another hand here. Ace-9 of hearts.
It's only me, buddy boy.
And Phil calls. So it's Phil and Daniel to the flop.
One more time.
You check, I'll bet 6.
Jack 10-7 with 2 spades.
Phil checked in the dark, and Daniel bet 6,000 in the dark as he promised. And Phil called.
Turns another 7, pairing the board.
Ace-king is still the best hand.
Yep.
A check to the river. 5 of spades.
Phil bets $1,000 here. That's a patented Phil Hellmuth tournament bet.
Boy, what a bad bet that was. I should have bet 2,000.
Daniel's thinking, did this guy make a pair of 5s?
Queen King? You got King Jack?
King Jack makes a pair, buddy.
Oh.
I wasn't even thinking of folding. I was only thinking of like bluffing 20 more or something. But you know, you're too stuck in steam and you'd call. So.
Ace 9.
That's ace high?
Yeah. Ace
9. Okay.
Ace king.
I was never folding the ace king.
And Negreanu takes down a pot worth over 20 grand on a king kicker.
No, I smooth called you before the flop because I know you're going to bet it every flop.
What?
I
Bet
think
blind?
you had ace king though. Nice hand.
Thanks.
I got to give you a chance.
Yeah, and I won 2 there.
I smooth called you with 2 queens earlier today too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Yeah, I checked in the dark. What do you want me to do?
Well, don't go away. The final hands are coming up. From the Golden Nugget Resort in Las Vegas, we're playing high-stakes poker. We're down to our last 2 hands of the night. And what a hand to pick up. Antonio Esfandiari catches 2 aces.
And he's going to slow play them. He's done this before, and when someone outflopped him, he was able to get away from the hand. He's hoping someone raises here, but nobody looks like they're going to accommodate him.
Okay.
Greenstein, Negreanu, and Channel on action, so 5 players remain. Flop comes 10-3-7 with 2 clubs. Johnny Chan leads out with $2,000.
That's why I said that.
8 Sunday. Time.
And Jerry Buss puts out an advance call of 2,000. Didn't realize that Antonio hasn't acted yet.
And Esfandiari raises to 8,000.
6,000 more. 8 straight.
Jerry and Barry go out. Barry throws his 10s away. And Johnny Chan is able to get away from his hand.
Yep.
So nothing is working for Antonio when he has aces. The wrong two guys flopped a pair of 10s in that hand, but it's a lot better than losing money when you have pocket aces.
Barbecue. You just got barbecued and you gotta go to a barbecue?
See, this time I'm going to be smart about aces. Last hand.
Yeah. You're not getting in trouble.
I'm ahead.
Hellmuth limps in with Jack-10 offsuit.
It is?
Negreanu calls with King-6 of clubs.
I'm sick. I'm so sick.
Just limp. So we can see a flop.
Just
It's the
limp?
last hand.
Jennifer doesn't want Antonio to
I
raise.
want to win a big pot.
She wants to see a flop.
3,600.
Yeah, their way. You get action that way.
Antonio raises to 3,600 on King-Queen offsuit.
Last hand, you have to call.
Yeah, exactly. Any two.
The doctor's in with Ace-Deuce offsuit.
Be sick to go broke in the last hand.
Jennifer wanted to see a flop with her 4-3 offsuit.
70, 80.
Yeah, I'm all in.
Let's see, I'm losing 10,000.
How did you win this pot?
Huh? I don't know, it's a big pot.
Next door.
I'm such a bad hand.
Hellmuth and Negreanu call the race, so 4 players remain in the last hand.
I'll get in on the flop.
See if any 3s or 4s come up here.
Flop comes 5, King, 10. Both Daniel and Antonio flop top pair.
And Antonio's pre-flop raise is going to pay off for him.
10,000.
He bets 10,000. Jerry Buss is out. Phil Hellmuth has got a pair of 10s here.
How many more bills you have there? I ended at 50, huh?
30.
Wants to know how much money Antonio has.
45.
He's keeping an eye on Daniel to see if Daniel is thinking about calling. Phil calls with his pair of 10s.
I want to come see.
And Daniel calls with his pair of kings. Daniel also has a backdoor flush draw.
3 players.
Turns a queen of diamonds. Antonio now has 2 pair.
And Phil Hellmuth has an open-end straight along with his pair of 10s. It's check to Antonio. Antonio's got to be supremely confident here he's got the best hand. He doesn't think that anybody called 10,000 on the flop with an inside straight draw and has made a straight with a queen. Just trying to figure out the right amount to bet here. He wants to win some of the money he's lost back on this hand. Antonio built a little cash house there.
Got aces again, huh?
He bets 28,000.
And Phil Hellmuth, ever so politely, objects to the bet. Phil Hellmuth did not want Antonio to bet that much. He wanted to be able to draw it straight.
Hellmuth bows out.
You got this beat too? No. No, I think he.
And Negreanu folds. And Antonio Esfandiari takes down the last pot of the game, worth over 74 grand.
King's up any good?
Antonio did not want anybody drawing out on him that hand.
Yeah, I had just a king bad king.
Couldn't win back all his money, but at least he went out on a winning note.
For all the money.
I thought he might have ace jack.
Yeah.
Or ace queen. I know he's not checking it.
Well, the players are done for the day on High Stakes Poker, and we'll reconvene real soon right here on GSN.
We'd like to thank all our participants for giving us a rarely seen look at cash game poker. It was a pleasure to watch them all. Sammy, Farha, Daniel Negreanu, Doyle and Todd Brunson, Ted Forrest, Johnny Chan,
Jennifer Harman, Mimi Tran, Barry Greenstein, Shawn Sheikhan, Antonio Esfandiari,
Fred Shamanara, Freddie Deeb, Amir Nasiri, Jerry Buss,
Bob Stupak, Phil Hellmuth, Eli Lesra, Daniel Alahi. We respect and admire them all. Now let's take a look back at some of the memorable moments of our high-stakes poker cash game. Who can forget Freddie Deeb's reaction when asked if he went south?
Who said it?
It's over. I'm not going to repeat it. He said it, and it's over. Let's go.
Who said it? Call the floor man.
You know
over
he
there.
said it, Freddie. He
Call
already
the floor man.
apologized to you.
Yeah, why would you ask me?
Because we're joking. That's a joke.
That's not a joke.
We can joke about Bob. We can joke about everybody else. We can't
That's
joke
not
about
something to joke about.
Freddie, he
Feel him
told
out.
you who
Freddie,
said it.
we all
Whoever
know who
asked
you
me.
are. Whoever
Freddie,
asked
we all
me.
know.
Stop the game. Stop the game.
Thanks.
Known you for years. I've never.
Whatever you want about it.
Well, Bob Thompson, I think, calmed down the situation a little bit.
This for you. Small roses.
Thank you, baby.
You got cards coming.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you.
And just like that, everything's rosy again. Another classic moment, Daniel Negreanu beat up on Phil Hellmuth, sending the poker brat over the edge.
Good guy re-raced me. I didn't think he'd re-race me with ace 10. Couldn't put him on that hand. Ace 10, couldn't put him on that hand. He re-raised me. And it was a week before the flop, that's all I knew. Why they destroyed me so far, these There's no clue in these spots either. It's sick. Good hand, Daniel. Good betting.
And then there's Barry Greenstein with pocket aces, losing the largest pot ever shown on television to Sam Farha's pocket kings. This one still hurts.
10 more. There is 50.
It's amazing. Who shuffled? You did or the dealer? I'm all in.
I call.
Call.
Let's see it. Deal. Hold it! Is that the king? That's a cold day.
See it, guys.
Hold it. Gotta take a deep breath. Hold it. Go.
Sammy Farha wins $361,800.
You gotta gamble to win, boys and girls. Just remember.
We saw some great poker, saw a few great tantrums. We had some good laughs, made a few jokes at the players' expense. We never meant to be anything but funny. And we'd like to thank all the ladies and gentlemen of the high-stakes poker world for all being good sports.
Yep. And when the players gather again for the next cash game, our cameras will be there, and you'll have a front row seat to more great action, drama, and excitement. Thanks for watching High Stakes Poker.